All right. We're officially live. Came in a little bit you early birds trying to get the worm. What's up, everybody? Uh-oh, we got one. I just want to get started a little early. That way we don't have to spend so much time like we did last week on just welcoming everybody. That way we can hit. Thank you for coming early, you guys. That way we can hit the ground running as fast as we can and get the show on the road. So officially start everything in probably about 5 minutes from now. So if you're watching right now, look, I'm telling you right now is the best time to go use the restroom, go get you some snacky snacks. I got me my water. Go use some snacky snacks, some cheese balls. Because now's the time to go get your snacks so you can come back, not have to leave, not have to miss anything, because you won't want to miss a thing tonight. Tonight's going to be crazy. Completely buck wild. I mean, oh man. So today I had a genius idea. I'm at my in-laws house and it's hot enough finally that we can hop in their pool because they got a super nice pool. So we spent some of the day in the pool today. It was fantastic. But spent some of the day in the pool and it was super cold because they have been in the pool forever. So you know how like the first time you go in the pool, it's always super cold. Well, it's super cold. And I was like, you know what? I got a genius idea. I had my swim trunks on. I was ready to hop in, but I was like, let me get a little like hot and sweaty first. And then I can jump in the pool and it'll cool me down. It'll be perfect. I was like, it'll be perfect. So that was the plan, except, oh, Peyton just texted me. That was the plan. Except, what up, Alex? You're on this week. I don't think you were on last week, and I noticed. So I don't think I didn't. So what up? But anyway, thank you, man. I miss y'all so much. I really do. Like, I know, like, as a youth pastor, I'm supposed to say, like, I miss you guys. But in all seriousness, I really do miss you guys. Y'all are my family. Like, I love you. Y'all are my children. I love y'all so much, and I sincerely miss y'all. But anyway, back to my like super important story because I know you're all super invested. So I was like, all right, let me hop in the pool before I do that. Let me get hot and sweaty. I was like, they got a little basketball goal. I'll work on my moves because always trying to get better. Always gotta on the grind. So I was like, let me work on my moves. It'd be fantastic. But I didn't want to waste the time and go inside and put shoes back on. So I was like, hello everybody. Hola, everybody. So anyway, so I was like, all right. Oh, thank you, Q. I knew you would. So anyway, I was like, all right. Look, instead of wasting time to go in my shoes, I'll just play basketball by myself on the concrete barefoot because that's a great idea, right? And I was like, but I won't go like 100% because y'all know me. Like I'm usually a relaxed person, and so I figured I could hold it back. But if you really know me, I don't know how to relax and like chill out a lot. So I now have blisters on my feet. Although it was fantastic jumping from like basketball for like 20 minutes, just like going ham, even though I wasn't supposed to, I was going ham. But I spent like 20 minutes doing that. And so I was super hot and sweaty, like sweat was dripping. And I was like, all right, now's the time. So I hopped in the pool and it was fantastic. I mean, I'm in San Antonio right now, so I don't know what the weather is like in Houston. Yeah, I am a try hard. Q. All right. If you're not, all right, let me go off on a little rant right now, right? For you, Q, for you personally. When has it ever been a bad thing to try your hardest? Huh? Answer that question for me. When has it ever been a bad thing to, at everything you do, try your hardest? If someone's calling you a try hard, it's because they don't like trying their hardest and they're never going to do the best they absolutely could unless they're trying their hardest. You know who's a try hard? Q's a try hard in Smash Bros, all right? But you know what? You're the best at it. I hate playing against you because you edge guard that entire time, and I hate you because I can't edge guard. And so Q's also a try hard. So don't come at me on this subject because it's one of my pet peeves. You gotta, every one of you guys here, little message before we even start. All right. Try your hardest in everything you do. What's the point of not trying your hardest? If you can give me that answer, then we'll have a conversation about it. But Alex, calm down. You're not going to beat me in basketball. Anyway, don't just not try your hardest. That's useless. Like if you're not trying your hardest, don't even do anything at all. Like why try at all if you're not going to try your hardest? All right, guys. I want you to be a youth group of tryhards. All right, and everything you do, you try your hardest. All right, that's a life lesson from Cody Rost. You're welcome. We'll go ahead and get started for tonight. It's 7:03. We'll let some people hop on, and they'll just hop right in the middle of it, or they can rewind back, watch it from there. All right. Oh, my man Caleb. See, that's why you're my favorite. That one of my favorites. All right, right now, all 12 of y'all that are on, all y'all are on that are definitely some of my favorites. So, all right, look. This is my last thing I'm gonna say about this. Oh, we lost. This is my last thing I'm gonna say about this, and then we'll legit get started. As soon as we go back, Alex, me and you can play. All right, so don't forget a couple announcements first, and then we'll hop right into the word. Don't forget that we're in the middle of a DCY quarantine challenge. You got nothing to do anyway. You're up there super bored. You finish your schoolwork, you finish all that stuff. So you're super bored. And so we want to give you something to do that involve the entire family. So last Saturday, we released a quarantine challenge. And so it's just this TikTok video that it's just a little dance. It's literally the Macarena to a super fast beat. And then you hit the wall like right at the end. It's super easy, super simple to learn. So simple that you and your mom and your pops can learn, because it's going to be I want reason I want your parents in it. One, because, it's good to get the family together. Y'all are together already anyway. Might as well do something, productive together, because as soon as you submit this, you're going to get put in a chance to win a complete free pizza party on DCY. So y'all going to have a family pizza night on us. And so that's it. We're putting the drawing to win that. And so please submit those videos. All you got to do is tag us, post them and tag us, and we'll get you in that drawing. But the main reason is because the dads are always the funniest to me. Just me personally, I think the dads are always the goofiest, and they're always the funniest in trying to dance. And so I want to see how terrible at dancing your dad is. That's the complete honest truth. That's why I want your family in it, because, of course, family time. But also, I want to see your goofy dad. And so I want to see that. And so please post those. It's super simple to learn. It took us like 10 minutes to learn, if that. And we were ready to go at like 5, but they wanted to keep on doing it and get more and more practice. And so, so do the quarantine challenge. That's first. Secondly, don't forget that tonight, if you post a photo of you watching this live stream, put it on Insta, put it on whatever, tag us, you'll get put in another drawing to get yourself delivered food. What? Oh, sorry, Spencer. That's my bad. Spencer wants to let everybody know that it is March 25th, 2020. He's always got to keep that straight. And so that was for you, Spencer. My bad. I forgot. I did not tell him that. That's on me. I take that out. But don't forget, whatever you post tonight, you'll get put in a drawing to get food delivered to your house, whatever food you want. Last week, I think Leah was the winner, I'm pretty sure. And so Leah got Chick-fil-A delivered to her house. I'm going to get comfy. Distancing, only essentials. To me, food is essential. I'm going in and out. My bad, guys. If my Wi-Fi, if the connection's going in and out, I am I did not plan on being here, but last week, but I am in San Antonio. I'll explain a little bit of that later. But I'm in San Antonio right now, my in-laws' house. And so the Wi-Fi is a little unstable. I promise you, it's not my fault. I'm sorry, but just be patient with us. So tag us, and you'll get a chance to win a draw. You're going to put in a drawing to win food delivered to your house tomorrow. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say that's for the leaders too. I know y'all leaders hop on. Y'all are like faithful too, and so y'all deserve it too. So leaders too, that includes y'all. I'm just not saying you may. Okay, my connection's fine for Lexus, but Lexus just let me know that the connection is fine for them, but they're on the same Wi-Fi that I'm on. So it's anyway. So that's second thing. Third thing and last announcement is, don't forget, every single Monday night at 7 p.m., we are having our small group meetings on Zoom. All right. Usually small group meetings were once a month or twice a month, one on Wednesday night and then one outside of Wednesday night on Sunday. But for this time in quarantine, since you don't get social interaction a lot one thing we're doing to keep that interaction, to keep that momentum going, to keep that family connection, one of the things we're doing is that every Monday night we're doing a small group Zoom call. So it's a small group Zoom meeting every single Monday night at 7 p.m. All you got to do is download the app. You can make an account. Super simple. It's free. You don't got to worry about anything. And then your small group leader will send out the link to join the right small group to you. If you don't have your small group leader's number or you didn't receive it this week, it's really important, especially if you didn't receive it this week or get any notification for it, let me know. All right. Comment here, message us on Instagram, like whatever you got to do. Text me if you got my number, whatever it is. Let us know that you haven't got it, and we'll get you put with the right leader, send you the right information so you can join those Zoom calls with everybody. This past one was a lot of fun. A lot of people joined, and it is just a great way to continue this connection. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop into tonight's message. Take a swig of water real fast. All right, so last week we talked about fear because, with everything going on, it's understandable to be fearful. And so we talked about fear and how we don't have to be afraid of everything that's going on because God is our refuge, our strength, and he wants to help us. He's not just like, okay, I guess I'll help you. Thank you, Spencer. But he's not okay, I guess I'll help you. God wants to help you. And so we don't have to be afraid because all we got to go to is God for our refuge and our strength. And also I encouraged you, and I'm going to continue to encourage you to use this time of just isolation and getting by yourself. Use this time instead of using that and being lonely and getting like in your own head and making yourself even more and more sad. Like instead of that, use this time to grow your relationship with God, like to get even closer with God than you ever have before, because use this time to make it better for you. I mean, we just got through talking to help you work on yourself. And so use this time to really connect with God and really grow your relationship deeper than it ever has before. Feel better. To everybody say with me, be still. All right, I know you didn't, and that's okay, but I know you said it in your hearts, and that's all that matters to me. I know a couple of y'all did, and I respect that, but be still is the title for tonight's mission. All right, so be still. It's comes from the verse in Psalms 46:10. If you can, look it up on your smartphone, grab an extra tablet. Don't leave the stream. Don't leave the stream to look it up. But look, it's this verse. I promise you. Psalms 46:10. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." And that's the entire thing we're going to talk about tonight. Just that short verse. Be still and know that I am God. All right. So I broke it down into two parts. First part is be still, and the second part after the comma is and know that I am God. All right, so right now, first we're going to talk about be still. All be still means is wait and wait patiently. God, one of the fruits of the Spirit is patience. All right, patience is super hard to come by, and it's super hard to have, but in this time where you literally have nothing to do, if you get impatient, you're going to start getting antsy, and you're going to start trying to get into things that you're not supposed to get into. Like you have all this free time, and so now you can use it for good or bad. And so if you get impatient, you're going to use it for bad. And so wait and wait patiently. If you're waiting for something from God, if you feel like God's doing something in your life and you feel like he's supposed to, he's giving you something that he's going to achieve or something that you feel like you're supposed to do, wait and wait patiently on that. Be still. So many people want to hear from God, and so many people want to hear the voice of God and hear him talk to us, but they never take the chance and they never take the time to be still. And they talk about how, they complain all the time they can't hear him, but how many times have you in your quiet time with God, how many times have you sat still and just waited on him and just waited in his presence? Just put on some worship music, didn't sing along with it, didn't have the worship time. All you did was just sit and tell God something and then just wait on him to answer. God, what am I supposed to do about this? And then you just wait on him to answer and wait patiently. How many times are we sitting and being still? Because prayer isn't only about telling God everything we need. I mean, yes, absolutely. Take your cares to God, 100%. That's what you're supposed to do in prayer. But it's not only about that. Prayer is supposed to be, it's not a to-do list for God, God, do this, 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 and this. Yes, tell him all those, but it's also a time to connect with him. And so you're supposed to be connecting with him and having a conversation with him. And when you're having a conversation with anybody and trying to connect with any actual human person, if you're trying to connect with them, have a conversation with them, part of a conversation is letting the other person speak, and being quiet, and letting them speak. If you don't ever let the other person speak, then you're being overpowering and overbearing, and you never get to really know that person because you don't give them the opportunity to speak. And so a lot of times, how many times have we just waited on God, and we're still, and we were just waited on God to speak? You don't have to come into prayer with an agenda. How many times have you just gone into God and just wanted Him and nothing else? There's a song that's been like on repeat for my prayer time lately. It's 100% encourage you to go listen to it after this. Fantastic song. It's called Nothing Else, and it's by Cody Carnes, or Cody Carnes. I don't know how to say his last name, but Cody Carnes. And I want to read you some of the lyrics. It says, I'm caught up in your presence. I just want to sit here at your feet. I'm caught up in this holy moment. I never want to leave. I'm not here for blessings. Jesus, you don't owe me anything. More than anything that you can do, I just want you. It's just saying I'm just being still, like more than anything else, God, more than everything that I have. Like it goes on to say, uh, I'm sorry that I've just gone through the motions. I'm sorry when I just sang another song. Take me back to where I started. Open up my heart to you. I'm sorry when I've come with my agenda. I'm sorry when I forgot that you're enough. Take me back to where we started. Open up my heart to you. It's literally, that song is literally just saying to be still. That's what being still means, is just going to God and saying, you know what? I'm sorry that I don't have a certain thing that I need to get done by the end of this prayer time. Like all I want to do is just sit here at your feet. All I want to do is be still in your presence. And so as you're doing these prayer times and going through this, I encourage you, just in some of the times, don't sit and don't continue to talk or anything. Don't sing along with the worship music. Just sit there and be still. Then I want to talk about the second part of that verse. It was be still and know that I am God. So I want to talk about know that I am God. All this simply means is it's telling God, like, trust me, I got this. Like, I got this, man. Like it's just God saying, trust me, I got this. Like just wait patiently, be still, and know that I'm God. Trust me, I got this. And it's a lot of times it's super easy to trust God whenever you're going through like a really good time. You're like, yeah, God's got my back. I 100% believe in that. I trust God. But when uncertainty hits and you got uncertainty, like you got no idea whenever you're going to actually be able to have a normal life again. Like you got no idea when any of that's when life is going to go back to normal. Like when am I going to be able to actually hang out at the park with my friends again? Like when can I go play basketball at the gym again? Like you don't, uncertainty like that is super hard to trust God. I mean, God, how many times have you like wondered, maybe you haven't said out loud, and it's okay if you have, because honestly, it's good to get it out. But how many times have you said to yourself, like, God, why did you allow this to happen? God, why did you allow that to happen? That doesn't seem right to me. God, why? What does all of this mean? I mean, I feel like I'm going through like so many different trials. So why am I going through all this? I don't understand this. God, what am I supposed to do with my life? Like how many times, God, have I come to you and asked you what I'm supposed to do whenever I graduate? What am I supposed to do with my life? They're telling me I'm supposed to know right now, but I got no idea. Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? And you're completely uncertain. And it's harder to trust God during those times, it's harder to trust God whenever you feel like your whole life is crumbling around you, whenever you have no idea why all this is happening, and you're angry at God for why this is happening, and yet you're supposed to trust him. Like that's hard to do, because it's easy to trust God on the mountaintops, but it's hard to trust God whenever you're in your deepest valley. But the question I asked you is, where is in a mountain, in a valley, like where's all the rich soil? Where does the most stuff grow? At the top of the mountain or at the valley? Like at the valley is where all the rich soil is. At the valley is where all the vegetation is. Everything grows in the valley. And so you just got to trust God through that. Know that I am God. Trust that he's seeing this from a much bigger perspective than you are. I mean, you're only seeing like something through a little tiny hole. Like all you can see your life is through this. But God sees this huge window, this open door of just he can see everything from beginning to end. You just have to trust in that. You have to trust in that God, maybe I am losing this friend for a reason. You have to trust that maybe that friend wasn't good for me anyway. Like maybe that friend was bringing you down anyway. And yeah, you were best friends since first grade, but if they're only bringing you down, you need to have friends in your life. You need to have people in your life that are bringing you up. And so if God pulls someone out of you out of a friendship and out of a relationship like that, maybe it was for the best. Maybe you were supposed to like be away from somebody that was dragging you down. Now you can really exceed and become the best version of you that you were meant to be, and you had no idea that you lost that friend because of that. But right now you're going through, so you're like, God, why am I losing friends? Like, that's not okay. I'm not supposed to be completely isolated. Like, I should have other friends. And you have no idea the friendships and relationships that God's going to send you in the future, and that are going to build you up. Another way to look at this is in Psalms 119. Says, your word, it's a super, super like popular verse, says, your word is a lamp unto my feet and a light into my path. Lamp into my feet and a light into my path. And so lamp into my feet, I want to focus on real fast. Part of that says a lamp into my feet. Like it means that you're holding, like whenever you're walking in like darkness or something like that, or now instead of a lamp, you could say like a flashlight or like your phone flashlight. Like, I don't know anybody who actually buys a flashlight anymore. They just use their phone, especially now that you can change like the intensity of it. Why would you ever buy a flashlight? Anyway, man, the flashlight business is probably really going out. I'm sorry if your dad's in the flat. Anyway, sorry, I'll continue on. So you're walking outside, like you ever walked outside in complete darkness and like you turn your flashlight on, like it only goes so far. You know what I mean? You can only see so far. You can't like see the other neighbor's yard with your little flashlight. Like that's super unclear. It's still dark. It's still fuzzy. It's still hazy. In fact, 10 feet in front of you, 6 feet, if we're talking about social distancing, 6 feet, if you're talking about 6 feet, like it's still hard to see 6 feet in front of you if you have your flashlight on. So it's a lamp into my feet that you can see. A lot of times God shows you what you're doing right now and what the next step is. And it's not even a super big like surrounding area. Like even your next step is like you're pretty sure you know what that is, but you have to kind of trust God with that step. That every step you take has to be a trust in God. And so like that's what a lamp into my feet is, that a light into your feet, like a lamp into your feet and a light into your path. Like you can see the next step, but it's hard to see everything in front. God knows what's in front, but it's hard to see everything in front. But also, to be able to see everything, you got to look down and look at your own feet and make sure that you're focusing on what you should be doing instead of trying to see off in the distance what somebody else's light is doing for them and then trying to follow that path. While if that person's following their light, they're going to continue to move on. They're going to continue to, grow in this and like move forward in their path. And if you're trying to follow their light's already moved forward with them. And so that's why it's so important to have your own source of light. You can't rely on somebody else, you can't rely on somebody else's lamp, somebody else's life for what your life is for what your path is. You have to rely on what your light is giving you, the path that your light is giving you. You can't go off of somebody else's. I can't stress that enough. During this time, you got to constantly go back to your light source. All right. Like that's what the word of God is. That's what spending time with God is. That's what spending time in worship is going back and gaining that relationship with your light source. God is your light source and he's your life source. Like he wants to be that completely in your life. And so during this time, I cannot stress enough to really focus on your relationship with God. That go back to your light source. That if you're wondering what your future holds and you have this uncertainty about what your future is, like the best thing to do is go to God about what to do right now. Like go to God about, all right, what do I need to do right now? Because you have no idea the preparations that God's giving to you right now to help you in the future. Like I just talked to a student a couple weeks ago, and they kind of talked to me. They're like, I really want to start connecting with people. And, Cody, you really connect with people really well. And I want that. And, one of the things I told them that I didn't realize at the time until I kind of just realized today during studying this, that God was preparing me for who I'm supposed to be right now back then. And so I told them like, well, it wasn't like, I wasn't just able to connect with people like that. I mean, I've always been a social person, but like, really connecting with someone is different than just being surface level friendship. And why? I still to this day don't know why. I just had this huge kind of like desire in me that, I really want to study personalities and like figure out the inner workings of different people's brains and like why they think this way, why this kind of person thinks this way. If like I just wanted to understand that process. And so I ended up doing a ton of research on the way people think and the different personality types, and then how to connect to those personality types, and then the different the five love is like gifts. All right, so cool. If I want to really connect with that person, I need to get them gifts, and like just little stuff like that. I studied that for like 2 years straight of just randomly doing a ton of research on that. And because of that, I had no idea why I was doing that. I just know I wanted to do that. I mean, it says God's going to give you the desires of your heart. Doesn't mean that whatever you want, God's going to give you. It means that God is going to put in the desires to your heart. And so at that time, God put that desire in my heart, and I had no idea why. And so now, because of that, I'm able to connect with a ton of people, and thankfully, thank God, because it's my job now to connect with people. And so I was able to actually connect with people through that. And so you have no idea what God's preparing you for right now. If you just step back, instead of worrying about what's in the darkness, you just step back and focus on what you're supposed to be doing right now. And you focus on your path right now, your feet and your path, like what you can see here and now, what you can see the next step is. When you start focusing on that, the rest of the stuff just ends up falling in line, because you don't have to worry about the darkness, because you're trusting God in that darkness. So be still and know that I am God. He's a lamp into your feet and a light into your path. Like, be still and know that, and trust, and just walk slowly and trusting in him every single step. And I promise you, everything else around you is just going to end up falling into place, and you're not going to be able to understand why. There's so many things in my life because I've trusted God in different areas. Like, there's so many things that I'm like, wow, that worked out. Like, I wasn't worried about that, but God really worked that out. And so I just encourage you to do that. So right now, that's the end of the message, but I do want to pray over you guys. And then we'll go ahead and call it a night. I'm so glad. Thank you guys so much for joining. Please like, subscribe to all of this, like, so you can get the notifications when we go online, when we post different videos. So please do all that. Let your friends know. Share this stream. Everything is going to be posted on the YouTube account after this. So share that. I mean, get this out, because a lot of people and a lot of students are so worried about what their future holds, that it's so imperative that they know that all they got to do is trust God and focus on what they're doing right now, and the rest is going to fall in line. So I'm going to pray, and then I'll go ahead and cut the stream. So that happening, I pray just your complete blessing over them, God. I pray that they begin to trust you in this season, God, in this season of uncertainty that we don't know when this is going to end, God. I pray that even though we don't know when it's going to end, all we focus on is what we have today, God. That today I'm going to focus on making an effort to gain my relationship with you and to grow my relationship with you, Father. And so I pray every student has that burden on their heart, God, that even right now there are students that feel like they're supposed to be doing something and they're not sure why. And so because of that, they're hesitant. So God, I pray that this message be the encouragement to them and the confirmation in them to go ahead and pursue that, because whatever it is, they may not know why, how, or whatever it's going to be, but whatever it is, God, you've put that desire in their heart for a future reason that we may not be able to see. So God, I pray that we trust you with this whole picture. We trust you with everything we're doing in our life. God, I thank you for that. Pray blessings over every one of them. I love you so much. Name out every else said. Amen. Amen. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. Don't forget, post a picture on Instagram. You get and tag us. You got to tag us, because otherwise I won't be able to see it. Got to tag us, and you'll get signed up for a drawing to get food delivered to your house. Don't forget to do the quarantine challenge to get a family pizza night. Don't forget about next Monday night is your small group night. And so, guys, I cannot wait to see how God is going to use this time completely online and grow this ministry through this. So I love you guys so much. I'll see y'all next time. Boom, boom.